Hey guys, so today we are going to be covering my predictions for the January wave of LEGO Star Wars sets in 2022, as well as getting into some for May/April, and I'm also going to talk about the split wave because this could definitely happen. I did a video on it a while ago on how the split wave could work for LEGO Star Wars, so I'd recommend going and checking that out. But basically, in general, this wave could be split. It probably won't, honestly, since I think things might be getting a bit back to normal. Not too sure though, can't predict the future. Obviously that's a bit funny coming from a prediction video, but I think we can predict some LEGO Star Wars sets, but not the entire state of the world. So I think we'll start off by looking at every actual Star Wars project coming in 2022, because I think that's a smart place to start. So first of all, there will be the Book of Boba Fett, which will carry on into 2022 through January to February, then probably Kenobi, then Andor, then Mandalorian Season 3. Now there could also be Ahsoka coming out at the end of the year, or even the Bad Batch Season 2, Visions Season 2, or some other things. But out of confirmed projects, it's just those four. So yeah, that's what some of these sets will be based off. I think that it'll go in that order. So I'm not too sure about sets for Kenobi yet, but I think that there will be one set for Kenobi in one way or another. However, we will get to that, so let's start with the Microfighters, and my first prediction is a Slave 1 Microfighter. I think this is the perfect timing to do one. I'm really surprised we haven't done one apart from that promo, and I think with the Book of Boba Fett it's perfect timing. There's also one coming out in 2021, a downscaled version, so it's just generally perfect timing. I'm not too sure if it'll be based on the Book of Boba Fett. I can't see them putting in an exclusive minifigure in a Microfighter. I mean, they have done it before, but for one, like a main character like Boba Fett, I heavily doubt it. I think he'll come in his own set, possibly a bit more expensive, but it could be a $30 set, which I will get into. But my first prediction is a Slave 1 Microfighter. Now I think we could also see a return to 3 Microfighters, and I think the next one would be a Bad Batch Shuttle Microfighter, and this will come with a Bad Batch member, probably Hunter. However, this could be a way that we get a normal Crosshair. Not sure, that's a bit wishful thinking, but I think Hunter makes the most sense. However, that one I'm a bit iffy on, because if we do only get 2 sets, I think that we'll just get Slave 1 and a Pod Racer Microfighter, because I'm really surprised we haven't had this as a dual set as the perfect one, considering they've also done a lot of Tatooine things. So that's my pick, I think. From a recent interview, we do know that battle packs are not dead, so I think we might as well predict them for 2022. I bet that makes the most sense. And if they're not coming back, then, well, this part's just kind of erased from this video. Obviously, won't actually do that, but I think let's get into some predictions for 2 battle packs that I think will be coming. The first one that makes a lot of sense is the Elite Squad Trooper battle pack. Now, I've seen these guys in the Bad Batch, they look really cool, and we've seen 4 of them, as well as Crosshair, their leader, who we are getting a minifigure of, but it would just make a lot of sense to have a battle pack with these guys instead of just an actual shuttle set, considering that they'll just be kind of a duplicated minifigure. And I think it would be cool to have an army of them, even though so far they aren't really an army building type. But they're still one that I think is more army building than, say, the Jedi and Clone Trooper Battle Pack or Inferno Squad. So I think that this one makes a lot of sense, and I am honestly highly predicting this one. I bet it will happen. Now for the opposing battle pack, I think it'll be a partisan battle pack, which is a bit poor taste, considering episode 3 if you've seen it. But it just makes a lot of sense since Saw Gerrera and them have appeared in the Bad Batch, and I think that this could be based on the Bad Batch and Rogue One at the same time, because I really just want to see Benthic and Edrio 2 Tubes as minifigures, and even Saw Gerrera, but I don't think, I mean that wouldn't really be a duplicatable battle pack. It would be kind of like a Rebel Trooper battle pack, where I guess you could switch them up, but overall it would just kind of be a one-time buy battle pack. So both of these are kind of one-time buy battle packs, but I guess you could make armies of them. I think the 4+ set this year needs no real explanation. It's going to be a 4+ Luke Landspeeder, 100%. I'm definitely betting on this. I'm sure it's like the most classic vehicle they haven't made yet. So I have a $30 Book of Boba Fett set. Now obviously I can't base anything off this, but I think it will be something similar to Trouble on Tatooine. Just that kind of style of set, not exactly it of course, but I think it'll come with Boba Fett, Fennec, and some other figure like a bad guy or good guy for them to oppose, but you know, whatever. I think I can't be the one to predict that right now, but as soon as we get trailers or whatever I might drop a set prediction video, but that'll be a lot later on in the next few months or whatever. So yeah, let's move on to something I guess I can predict. Next set is probably a $30 set based on Obi-Wan Kenobi, but not too sure on that yet. Obviously I can't predict that, but you know, unless it's not this, I think it could be a V-Wing based on the Bad Batch. Makes a lot of sense, so I think the Kenobi one's more likely, but instead of that we could get the V-Wing, and I think the main draw of the set would be Omega. I think that she definitely needs to come in a minifigure in some form in this wave, at least in 2022 in general, but I think that she will come in a Bad Batch set in this kind of first half, and I think it will be a $30 set. Quickly, I just want to say that we could get an additional $40 Obi-Wan Kenobi set or something like that, but obviously I can't predict that. That's just something that I guess could happen. Moving on to the larger sets, I think me and a lot of people have been thinking a Naboo Starfighter is definitely in time to re-release in some way, and I think that this makes a lot of sense as a January set, at least in the summer, but I bet 2022 will be a Naboo Starfighter year. Honestly, I think that will be a 2021 year, but I mean 2022, it works, I think, makes a lot of sense for this, and I wouldn't be too surprised if this pretty nice ship got a remake this year. Spot is held for a Andor ship, and I think it's a U-Wing. Honestly, if I can predict any set for Andor, it's got to be a U-Wing. 2022, U-Wing's such a good vehicle and such a good set, I think it's definitely time for a remake. I would definitely get that, and I'm sure it's coming for Andor. It could of course be some new ship from Andor. There was some leaked ship that was being built that looked pretty cool, and I guess it could be that. But honestly, it's probably going to be U-Wing. I bet it will be. I've been thinking this for a while now, since the Andor show got kind of revealed, and it just makes so much sense, and I really hope it's a U-Wing. It's the January/March wave that could be split up, but now we're going to move into some of the April/May sets, and what I think is coming for those. In terms of the droid set, I'm really not sure. The only one that comes to mind is Gonki from the Bad Batch, or another one from the Bad Batch, which would be so much better. Clink, imagine that, that'll be very cool. I think a lot of us would love that, but that's quite unlikely. I think Gonki, or just a Gonk droid in general, is my prediction. Other than that, I have no idea. I would really hope for a Chopper. I think Chopper is number one on my list for droid sets that would need to be made. Obviously, it's a bit shorter than R2, so it would kind of come in as like an $150 set maybe. I don't think it would be UCS. They could probably do it for even 100, I'd say, and kind of downscale him to about the height of maybe Yoda or BB-8. I think that would be really cool, and I'd really like that. In terms of helmet sets, I think that there'll be some Bad Batch member helmet. I think that makes so much sense, and if any, I think it's probably going to be Hunter, just because he's kind of the lead and kind of the closest thing to a main character in the show, and he probably has the most basic helmet. I also want to see a Kylo Ren helmet, just because that just makes so much sense, and if we're lucky and get 3, Captain Rex. I think since he's showing up in the Bad Batch and is definitely a really popular character right now, it would make so much sense to include him as a helmet set, and hopefully we get a Phase 2 Rex minifigure. Don't know what set that would come in out of my predictions, but hopefully in summer 2022, I'd say. Now I think for the UCS set, it'll probably be a UCS ATST. I think that the last one was in 2006, so it just makes so much sense to have that. I was thinking the other day, what's a UCS set that needs to be remade, and ATST came up. It just made so much sense, honestly, and it would complement the upcoming AT-AT UCS set so well. And other than that, probably a UCS X-Wing. Haven't had that in a while, and I'm not too sure otherwise. Maybe UCS Slave 1 remake, but I think UCS ATST makes the most sense. And then finally, for the May 4th promo, I'm thinking Geonosis in a vignette style. I think it will be a vignette no matter what, and I'm presuming Geonosis or something to commemorate Attack the Clones. However, those have really been my predictions, and Other than all of these, I'm not too sure. I could make a summer prediction video, but probably not yet, honestly. This is a bit early even for this one. But, you know, why not, I think. Why not get this out there? Just some kind of early predictions. I already did an early predictions video a few months ago. This is like my kind of relatively fine predictions, because we are going to be getting images for the summer 2021 sets very soon. But yeah, let me know what you think down below and what are your predictions. However, this will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. That'll be all, folks. Goodbye.